Hi everyone, I am right now at the Dubai airport traveling from Cape Town going to the Global Chess League, and in 1 hour we have a flight now, but there is some epic news that's coming in. Nihal Sarin has played incredibly well at the Tashkent Masters and finished first with an amazing score of 7 out of 9. In doing so, he has now an ELO of 2836. I mean, he performed at an ELO of 2836. His live rating is 2715. What a performance by the youngster from Kerala. And we were talking about Nihal slowing down a bit, not being able to cross 2700, but all of that is now sort of going away. Nihal is getting into his top shape, and this is great news for the Indian chess fans. I'm going to show you the standings of the tournament. We are also going to analyze each of the games that he has played. Look at this performance by Nihal Sarin here. It is 2836 performance. He managed to score 6 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss, and that too against very strong opponents. He beat Frederick Svane. Frederick Svane managed to beat Gukesh in the World Cup. Then he managed to beat Yuri Kuzubov. He managed to beat Sargsyan, Daneshvar Bardia, Shamshidin Vokhidov, and Abdi Salimov, Abdi Malik. So brilliant performance. And in fact, if you look at the standings, the player who finished second, Madaminov, scored 5 points and Nihal scored 7. So that's just absolutely epic. Here is a picture of Nihal with the winner's trophy and $8,000 that he won. While the $8,000 do mean a lot, what is, I think, super important is this, where Nihal is now world number 26. He's managed to gain 14.5 ELO points, and he's now ahead of players like Maksudlu and Rekin with it as well. So actually, Nihal Sarin now has become, so Arjun Prag Gukesh, I think Arvind, and yeah, so in fact Vishy Anand. I'm just checking if Arvind is ahead of Nihal, or so going to 2700 chess, I see that Arvind Chidambaram is right now also 2700. So actually Nihal Sarin has become the India number 5 right now if we count Vishy Anand. Otherwise he is the number 4 player in the country after Gukesh, Prag and Arjun. So that is amazing that Nihal is now moving up the ladder, and that is good news for Indian chess fans. Okay guys, so it's time for us to go to the games. We are going to analyze the games, and here we have the first game that we want to look at.
करोगे क्या?
Arre Harshit bhai, welcome bhai.
Welcome, sir, and congrats to Nihal
Oh man,
for
Nihal.
such a fantastic performance.
I mean, Nihal Sarin has played so well in this tournament. What are your feelings, Harshit bhai?
I'm so happy to see it actually, because I always thought he's a super talented player, but he was like never getting this breakthrough. And now he's increased 15 points.
Yeah.
To world top 30 में आ गया यार. Crazy.
But I just checked. He's now India number 4. I mean, if we don't count Vishy, who's not playing many classical games. So he's like, after Gukesh, Prag and Arjun, he's number 4, because Vidit and Arvind both are below Nihal. That's amazing.
That's really amazing. Let's see this game actually that
Yeah.
he played against Svane
Svane.
Frederick.
So we are going to look at all the games. We'll go past 9.
भाई आप crazy हो भाई आप.
भाई मैंने सब गेम में थोड़ा key
Let's
moment,
go.
but so we don't stop too much. It was Queen's Gambit declined. Nihal was white, and it was just a normal
Oh,
position.
G4 though.
Yes,
Very aggressive.
very aggressive. And here he long castled, which showed his intentions right from the get-go in this tournament, that he was here to play aggressive chess. And here is where Frederick Svane went wrong with Rook C5. So it's a question to all of you: what should White play here?
And after you found the best move and paused the video, I hope you found this idea of going G5 after knight goes back to 8 H4. The kings have castled on opposite sides, which means that you need to put pressure on your opponent's king, and with h5 now. Nihal was just breaking through on the king side.
And what was very interesting is here, he set up a very nasty trap, Frederick Svane. So here's a question to all of you. Why is h takes g6 a bad move? Black to play. And Nihal was very ready.
Such a naughty trick by Svane.
Very naughty. And the move is, Harshit bhai?
Rook to c2. Bam.
Exactly. Boom. And once you take with anything here, it's
Queen
a
b2 is a
checkmate
mate,
here.
yeah.
So that's the reason why Nihal was super alert. He played rook c1. And once this happened, now he is in complete control, because after the queen trade, he took the pawn. And even though the material is even, these are the kind of positions that Nihal loves. Look at his knights. So amazing. And the way he converted this is a master class. I think takes. He put his rook on g1. This is a weakness here. So bishop f5 came. He traded. And now just entered in.
In these strategic positions with where black has one weakness, Nihal is exceptionally dangerous.
Yeah.
And now look at it, the rook on f6, knight
And material
h5
is
check.
even right now. It's not even like Nihal is a pawn up. He's just outplaying, and it's +5.
Sublime play by him.
And so here, Frederick Svane resigned, which means that right now Nihal started off with 1-0. And that's the picture up there. Let's change to the next round. In round 2, he took on Maxime Lagarde. And this one, actually what Nihal did, I think in this tournament, was with black, he tried to be as solid as possible. You can see here,
We'll flip
if
the
we
board.
just flip, he played the Rui Lopez.
Yeah.
And at a key moment,
Actually, we very rarely see people playing the open Royal Lopez, right? Because quite often they go for the Marshall or the Borlin. But here, Nihal was going for the very...
it's the closed Rui Lopez, and like this, the calm line, he played it calmly. And here, he was ready with a pawn sacrifice, because b4.
Oh, wow.
It's a
What's
very
the
nice
idea?
move, giving up the pawn here, actually.
Is bishop a4?
He did it now. So I think if bishop a4, then maybe there
some
is
tactic, yeah?
knight d4 possible.
Exactly. Wow.
And then you have the intermezzo. So that's the reason why d5 was played, knight a5, and now he took. And actually white was doing quite well, maybe had an advantage, but Nihal in this tournament with black was always ready to get counterplay with the black pieces, giving up a pawn. So here the game just ended in a
And
smooth
also
draw.
h5, bishop h6.
Very cool.
Such a nice way to develop the bishop, and now it's...
Okay, sure. So going to the next game now, we have
So he was
Nihal,
1.5 out of 2 now.
1.5 out of 2, and then he faced Yuri Kuzubov, and Nihal has the white pieces, and once again with white, Nihal was in his element. Let's just go through this game. Yuri played the Sicilian, and Nihal is like, no
Bishop
theory.
c4.
No
ये क्या
theory.
move है? Very interesting.
And look at this, Harshit bhai. Takes, rook takes, d5, bishop takes, knight c3. And at this point, you feel like, okay, it seems like the position should be even, nothing special. But look at this.
But look, it seems like Nihal had this all prepared. If he found this creative idea of going queen to h5, and what's the idea?
Rook
Just
d1.
bringing the rook in the game.
And now, guys, try to find what will you play here with white. It's very cool. Harshit bhai, you can also think on these moments, because the way Nihal played, so special. Rook e3. He's swinging the rook over here to g3 or h3.
And it's not easy to make this move, because it seems as if the rook was quite well placed on e4, but to bring the rook back, not at all an easy move. And I think this was the point where Kuzubov started getting in trouble.
Yeah, Kuzubov now played g6, f6, which was a good move because he wants to meet rook h3 with rook f7 to defend. And then here Nihal took, and now once again, guys, white to play. What would you do? Again, a beautiful move. I think if you don't play this move, black will get an advantage. For example, if you play something like a3,
e5, yeah?
e5,
Yeah, and black is doing quite well.
with the bishop pair. So when the opponent has the bishop pair, you
trade it with
Trade
bishop
one
to
of them.
d6 and also shifting from kind of a dynamic play to strategic play. Very nice, change of strategy there by Nihal. Rook b3, doubling.
And now tactically being very alert here. Actually, even knight e4 was a very interesting move because takes, there is rook d7.
Ooh, that's a cool trick. Uh-huh.
But actually in the game he came back and h4. He started on the king side, and you will see that Nihal was just flowing here. Now threatening knight g3 to knight h5. So he took, and in this major piece endgame, Nihal just crushed his opponent.
Oh,
And
queen.
here,
Oh.
yes, white to play to finish it off. Boom.
Yeah, just a free rook on e8 because the rook on e7 is pinned. And a great win by Nihal actually.
Yeah, that helped him move to 2.5 out of 3, and then Nihal Sarin played in the next round against Alexander Grischuk, and look at this game, Harshit bhai. This is all this has all been seen before. Pardon us for all the sounds that are
We are
here.
at the airport.
And this is how this game ended.
So it's
This is
just
all,
a Berlin draw,
but
yeah?
this is all well known.
Yes.
I think they have already done this draw
Many times.
100 times.
Yeah.
Take, and so Nihal got a kind
Solid
of a
draw
rest
with
day
black against Grischuk,
yeah,
whose rating might mislead you 2650, but of course everyone knows
world class.
how good of a player he is. And then he goes to round 5 with 3 out of 4.
And he continued his tradition of fighting with the white pieces. And look at the opening here.
A3. And nowadays it's so difficult to get a new position from the opening that players are trying these new ideas like
Yeah.
A3 just to get a game.
And look at this h4. Just very.
This is a typical idea
now
actually.
typical.
H4 is very typical.
h5, knight e4, and once again Nihal finding the way to put opponent under pressure. Look at Shant. He took here. Very nice move. And guys,
What's the
black
point?
to play. What's the point?
Oh,
Very cute.
wow.
Very cute.
This is, I had never seen this
It
idea
could be
before.
that Nihal missed this.
I have never seen this concept before.
Because if you play queen d4, trying to keep the bishop, because otherwise this bishop is
Then I
hanging.
guess rook d8, rook d5, yeah?
Yeah. And then rook to d5 coming
Hitting
in.
both the bishops and wow, this is a nice concept that Sargsyan found.
Yeah, Shant was quite sharp, but Nihal was like, in such a position, it doesn't matter who has the extra pawn. I have the more active bishop in the opposite colored bishop position. And look at this. If Nihal had actually seen this and played it, then it's insane. But I think he missed it.
To be honest, it's possible that he also just had a feeling, yeah, that in these opposite colored positions, when you're attacking, you play as if you're a piece up because the bishop on b7 can never come in the defense. Rook to e8, rook d8 now. This is a model game.
It's very cool. In fact, now he goes here and forces this so that another square is weakened on d6. And then here, opponent went wrong. I think the better move here was queen to c6, trying to keep
But then
control.
allowing rook d6 with a tempo, not
Yes.
easy at all to find.
And
this.
look at this, Harshit bhai. Now, taking is very
that's
important.
very tough to see.
Because if you take on c6,
Then
I
you have
take
two
back,
rooks
and
and
this
rook
somehow
e8, you're holding.
you are holding. But once he took here, the problem was that now rook h8 is a massive threat. So he had to go back, and then he kept the rook. And now,
He
guys,
did not even take the pawn in
he could have taken, but he was like, oh, sorry. Taking that pawn would only help my opponent.
Yeah.
So I will just play my queen back. And now, guys, Nihal found this
Slowly but surely.
very
G4, G5.
cool idea. White to play. What do you do? This actually reminds me of his game against Anish Giri from Chennai Grandmasters, where Nihal kind of outmaneuvered Anish.
And also, yeah, and by the way, the best move here is this like absolutely spectacular pawn to f4.
The idea is to open
You
up the
can take
bishop.
the pawn 3 ways, en passant, e takes f4 and g takes f4, and all of them lead in terrible
To a huge
consequences
attack.
for black. As your queen f3 and bishop takes e5 is just crushing. Oh, another tactic.
No, this didn't happen in the game. He took here, and then the queen entered in.
Queen h4, and that's all. g5, g6.
And he didn't even trade queens. He just entered in
Yeah.
and finished it off.
You shouldn't trade, yeah, when you're at the side attacking, and of course Nihal did not do it. Yeah.
And he won. So this was a great win. And then moving on to the next one, Nihal was now once again playing with the black pieces this time. And this is very interesting because he was leading the tournament and he faced his first loss
Oh.
here against Madaminov, who was the second of Sindarov. And I think Madaminov outplayed Nihal in this game. If you look at it, he got a pawn. So Nihal with black pieces had been giving up pawns in general in this tournament and trying to defend actively. But this time he didn't get enough compensation. The He was a pawn down here, and actually white really controlled the position very well.
And I'm sure Madaminov, after helping Senderov, got a lot of confidence in order to beat players like Nihal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is how he just.
Good knight, bad bishop.
And I think, Harshit bhai, it's so easy to lose your momentum at this point in the tournament when you were doing so well and then you have this loss. And I actually saw this game when we were in South Africa, and I was like, oh my god, will Nihal now once again crash?
Stumble, yeah.
And he just got outplayed. Kitna? What time is our flight? हाँ तो 5 minute में हो जाएगा. So then going on to the next game, this is where I think Nihal showed his real character. He said, okay, I lost one game. I need to put it behind me. I'm facing Daneshvar Bardia, a very talented boy who's actually
sure.
playing in GCL this year in the junior board. Takes.
And something I've personally struggled with. So it's inspiring to see that at such a young age, Nihal has managed to kind of, get rid of these bad emotions very quickly. Queen A4.
And now here is the moment where the tactics came. Black should have taken here ED, Bishop D4, and something like Knight G8 controlling this. Not easy.
Not easy at all.
But he went here, Bishop E6, and now tactics time, guys. White to play. What is the move Nihal played?
Yeah, Nihal. He's never gonna miss this. Even in his sleep.
What a move.
Bishop to G5.
Threatening to take here. If you take, I check. Take the bishop. Take this bishop. Take the rook. Too bad.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why he went here. And now another beautiful move, because now the threat
bishop
is
opens up. Rocket.
And this. And actually Nihal just converted this very smoothly, Arshit bhai. Look at this. He just said, okay, I'll first trade away all the queenside pawns, win this, and now he converted this extra exchange.
Yeah.
It took time, but I think the result was
Slowly
never
but
in doubt.
surely. Yeah.
So then in the next one, Nihal was then playing. He won this, so that means he was back on track. 5 out of 7. He's now playing against
Shamsuddin Vokhidov,
who is part of the
Olympiad.
gold medal Olympiad team, and Nihal is playing black now. And we've seen with black he has been very solid.
But this time going for a kind of a trendy line with early bishop c5 and knight d4.
And getting this opportunity to castle. And this game is really amazing because rook c5, rook lift. And he had to take. And now, guys, what is the move Nihal played with black?
Every single game he has found some or the other tactic.
And the thing is, it's not that the tactics have led to mate, they have led to a superior end game. Look at this. Now, here.
Well, he's up. Oh, he's not even up a pawn.
No, but
it's
this
equal
is
material.
No, he got a pawn.
He got a pawn now. And now he
converts.
Yeah.
So the thing is, Nihal has this superpower that I can convert in the end game really well.
Actually, this is not easy to convert.
No, but look at the way he played. Just gaining space. And he just didn't give his opponent any chances. In fact, this played like an engine.
Oh, and g3. Oh, g2. And he just even queened a pawn. Wow.
Because if rook g8, guys.
Then rook e4, check. Just cutting off the king and then king f3. This is over. Nice. Amazing.
And now going to the final game here with Nihal Sarin playing the last round. He's won the tournament now with 1 round to spare. So, you can take it easy. But he was like,
Salimov
I never
optimally.
came here to win the tournament. I came here to crush my opponents. So
Look at this: e4, e6, d3, queen e2.
just playing something
Yeah,
totally unique.
desperately trying to get their opponents off theory.
And by the way, guys,
already
here
he has an advantage.
Queen e6 may not be the best move because of King h8 and then Knight e5 with
And
some
queen
disturb.
d5, just to finish it off,
Yeah.
knight b4 and knight c2 is jumping in.
So that's the reason why Knight c3, and now he takes. And it was like, again, he's a pawn down. Actually, not a pawn down, it's equal material. But look at this, the light squares
That's
are
so weak.
tremendously
And
weak.
f4, recognizing that I have a bishop pair, my opponent's pieces are not developed, hold the position,
And gives up a pawn.
check, takes, and if you cannot take my bishop on d2, it's guarded.
Defended, and here
Rook f3 and rook
doubles. And resigns
rook
because
f8
this is coming and it's
inevitable.
checkmate. In this way, 7 out of 9 points by Nihal Sarin. What a performance here by the youngster, and he takes home not just the title but really confidence that he can become one of the best in the world. Harshit bhai, this year's Indian Olympiad team is going to have Nihal in it. I think he's right up there, and we are so excited with his
For
comeback.
sure. The next few months will be very interesting to see how Nihal continues from this trend. We have a flight to catch now, which
And
is about
last
to leave.
point.
Yes.
Kudos to Vishnu Prasanna, who has been helping him as the coach, and really Vishnu bolstering Indian talents. First Gukesh, now Nihal. It's brilliant. We'll catch the flight to Mumbai. See you guys in Global Chess League.